another vlog. This one is a lot different, to be honest, because I've never done anything to do with cooking on my channel, but I just thought because it is the Christmas season and everyone goes into cooking mode, everyone likes to make those cookies and cakes and all that, then why not get into it? Why not do a little bit for you guys? I used to be, I'm talking over 10 years ago, I used to have a cake business myself. I used to do obviously cakes for customers and all that, but ever since I've had my twins, I've kind of died off making cakes and stuff like that. So I'm very, very rusty. I'm not quite sure on how to do some things, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try and get my skills back into action, and I'm gonna be doing some bits for you today. I'm actually going to be doing, instead of gingerbread cookies and all that, I'm actually going to be doing you some butter biscuits. The reason being is because none of my family really like gingerbread, so it's really pointless me making something what my family doesn't like. So I thought I would do some butter biscuits, make them more Christmassy, but keep on watching, guys, because I'm going to be attempting to do a butter biscuit tree. And I bet a lot of you is going to be thinking, a butter biscuit tree? Well, yes, I looked it up online and I just thought I'm going to give that one a go. It just looks really festive. You don't really have to have gingerbread or anything like that to make it. You can make any kind of biscuit to make a tree. So I thought I'd go for a butter biscuit tree for today. I'm going to make it really festive, and I cannot wait to show what it's going to be like at the end of it. I can't wait to see at the end of it, because I'm hoping it turns out better than what I think it's going to turn out. But I'm going to stay confident, I'm going to stay proactive, and I'm going to be getting to do it right now. I'm going to be showing you all the ingredients I've got for today, and then we're going to get started. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick overall what I've got. So I've obviously got my little cloths, I've got my piping bag, I've got some all different kinds of festive cutters here. I've got my sugar, I've got my baking powder, eggs, butter, flour, and this is for a little bit of this is for later. So this is my icing sugar. So that's a little bit of overall the things I'm going to be using today. As I go on, I will probably add a little bit more to this, but I'll show you as we go on. Stay tuned, guys. You don't want to miss how this all turns out. I really, really hope it turns out pretty well. So yes, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is weighing out all of my ingredients. The first thing is some plain flour to 500 grams. And then I'm going to be doing the butter, and this is 500 grams as well. Then I'm just getting my baking soda, and it's just 4 teaspoons, so only a small amount. Then I need the egg yolk out of my eggs, so I am just going to be cracking them into a bowl and then separating them. This can be kind of tricky, but I've kind of got the hang of it, I think. Once I've done that, I'm just making a right mess, and I weighed way over, so I'm putting some back of my icing sugar. This was around about 250 grams. Then I'm mixing my butter with my icing sugar, baking powder and flour. Then I'm going to be mixing my
egg yolk after that and making it into a dough. Not forgetting the sieving of the flour. So here I go, using my little spoon this time. And it does gradually turn into a paste kind of doughy texture. You shouldn't really see anything around your side of your bowls once it all comes together into that paste. Put in the last little bits in now, so it should be ready to get the flour and put that on your side so it doesn't stick. Empty it out and then start to put it all together to make a dough. Then getting rid of the excess. So now I'm going to be wrapping up in some foil. You can use cling foil as well, but then put it in the fridge for a couple of hours to go hard. While that is doing its job in the fridge, I'm just going to be preparing my baking trays, putting a little bit of butter on to stop it from sticking when it's in the oven. Then I'm just going to get prepared for the piping bags. After 2 hours, I've got it back out of the fridge. It's nice and cold and hard. And now I'm going to be getting my shapes and making it into little biscuits. So a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick to my side, and then I start to roll it with my gigantic roller. I've had this roller for the longest time and I haven't got anything smaller, so I'm sorry about that, but as you can see, the white roller on the side, that is what I actually use, and it's okay, it does the job, but I really do need to invest in a smaller one. This is the one I used to use when I had my cake business, so obviously I used to do big cakes with this, so that's why I've got a massive one. So I'm just rolling it out, and then I've got these stars here. These were just off eBay. I think they cost me around about £2, and you need one of each of the star to make the tree. So I always start off with the biggest one, and then try and work around that and move my dough around so I can actually get my different shapes. So now I'm just placing them on my baking tray, and then I repeat the whole system again, rolling out my dough and cutting out some more shapes. I don't know about you guys, but this is so therapeutic to me. I just love cutting the shapes out. I could literally do this all day. So I'm on the last little bit of dough now, and I'm just gonna repeat the process, try and get a little bit more out of it. Have got some little gingerbread men I will try and squeeze out of this dough. I don't think I'll get a lot out of it, but it's okay. So that's the last one. I'm going to put them all onto my baking tray, and then they're going to be going in the oven. This one is, I had to improvise because I wanted to make a little Mickey's head, but my cutter has not actually come in the post. So I had to improvise and make my own little Mickey's head. I think the head is more bigger than the ears, but it's okay. So now they're all ready to go in the oven. So here goes the second batch on the bottom shelf, and then we're going to shut it and come back to it in around about 15 minutes. So now I've got my icing, and this I'm wanting to change different colours to make little baubles for my tree. So I'm just going to get a portion of it with a spoon, and this is my food colouring. I've got blue and pink. So I'm going to be using the pink first, and this is more like a baby pink. I'm just going to have a couple of scoops of the icing and mix the most minute amount of the colouring, mix it around with my spoon, and then you'll soon see that it has turned a nice little baby colour pink, which I do love that colour. As you can see, it's all nice and pink now. And then I just repeat the system with the blue. Going to put a scoop of my icing in with the food colouring, and as you can see, it changes now enough straight away because it is a darker colour. So now they are out of the oven and they're going to be cooling down on my cooling tray. And that's all of them together. I do feel they went a little bit puffy, and I'm unsure why. I did use plain flour with baking soda, so I'm unsure why they've gone a little bit puffy on me. If you know in the descriptions why they may have gone puffy, let me know, guys. I'm no expert, but they did still taste delicious, so I'm sure there's some kind of answer why. So now I've just got a plain glass and I've got my piping bag. If you put your piping bag inside the glass, then put your icing inside it, then you have got a good base to scrape your icing palette thing on the side of the glass, and it just makes it more cleaner. You're not messing about with your piping bag. This is a trick I actually learnt when I was doing catering hospitality at college. It's just a lot cleaner, as you can see, and your piping bag's not going everywhere. So you take it out of the glass, you shake it down so it goes to the tip of your piping bag, then give it a good little squeeze just inside so you know that it's coming through quite smoothly, and yet again just keeps it nice, clean and tidy. And then I start piping. So then I start putting the tree together, putting a little icing on each of the biscuits so it doesn't slide, and it will dry quite nicely together. But as you can see, it did actually go up quite nicely. They weren't falling around anywhere. And then I start to decorate. I absolutely loved decorating this. Just the little swirls on each of the branches just really made it festive with more detail, and the piping bag was absolutely fantastic. I got this off eBay for a couple of quid, which it did the job, and I couldn't really fault it, to be honest. So as you can see, I just go around all the branches, giving it a little twizzle, and it just looked lovely. I think it just looks like snow. It's really nice. And then a little star at the top just sets it off. So now I'm just going to do a random design on Mickey's head. This is purely just for me, to be honest, just to eat with a hot chocolate. So I'll just put a random design on it, just for myself really, nothing in particular. Yeah, I thought it looked okay, but it was just something random for myself. So now I'm going to be doing the squiggles on the trees. I really loved how these turned out. Yet again, super festive. Then I did the little snowflakes with the snowflake design on them, and they turned out lovely and festive too. So now I'm going to be sticking up my trees vertical, just so it gives it a little bit like three-dimensional, a little bit different. And now I'm going to be putting my blue baubles on my tree. Then I'm just going to put some little blue ones all the way around it, just to make it more festive. A little bit more colour onto the plate itself. So now I'm onto the pink one, and I repeat the process yet again. Little pink baubles on. And then I just put some little pink added additions on my snowflakes, and then I just make the whole thing a little bit more festive by putting some more pink baubles on it. Then the topping on the cake is the icing sugar sprinkled all over the plate. It's just something what makes it super festive, and it just set it off a treat.
So guys, this is the finished result. As you can see, the tree came out okay, I think. It's just individual biscuits where you can literally just take the top one off and you can eat it. But I just thought that's really good how they just stacked up like that to make a little tree. And then I've put some little miniature trees here. Yet again, you can just pick them up and eat them. And then we've got some little snowflakes here, just with the icing on. I think it's come out pretty good, and I've made a little Mickey here as well, but I just put some random design on him, and I think it's okay. So yes, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Really enjoyed making it. If you did like this one, remember to put a little comment below, or even put a little candle or something like that too. Let me know you've made it this far and you've seen the finished result. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and come and join me on my Instagram and Facebook pages. And yes, I hope you have a really lovely Christmas, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you guys.